So many things have to go right in order to capture a captivating nature photo. The reality of this became all too apparent to me at the beginning stages of my trip to Colorado this year. But you know, the thing is, adversity makes success that much sweeter. Now, I was happy to see that I timed my 10-hour drive from Las Vegas to Colorado absolutely perfect. It's always my favorite thing when I get to a location and I'm shooting before I even get to my location, and I haven't even had to leave the van to start shooting. With anticipation and excitement now boiling over, I headed up towards my camp spot and evening shoot location when the most annoying thing that could possibly happen happened. Literally as soon as I get to my location. I have a code reader and I'm able to figure out what it's telling me. It's saying there's an EGR valve that's stuck, and thankfully I've been able to look up some videos and people talk about this being a known issue. It's on the emissions side of things. So I'm hoping that I can just clean out the filter and it's going to be fine. But it's Sunday right now, so I can't get a hold of any of the dealerships because all the dealers are closed, and the closest one is in Denver, which is a ways away. So this might be a very short-lived fall adventure, but there's a AutoZone not far from here. I'm going to go drive to that AutoZone and unfortunately bypass some photography tonight and try to get this thing fixed. Hopefully, fingers crossed that this works. Now, after visiting the local AutoZone to grab some necessary parts and cleaning materials, I decided to cut my losses and park up for the evening so I could get a good night's rest. So I'm camping out at this Walmart parking lot. There's about like 5 other vans and 1 big RV in this area to hopefully fix the problem tomorrow morning. It's about 30 minutes away from the San Juan Mountains that I'm hopefully photographing and what I came all this way to do. So what's going on? I have a code reader and I went ahead and pulled the code, which is a ERG cooler bypass control stuck code, bank 1. And according to Mercedes, their app here, there's a bunch of different ways they say you can go ahead and troubleshoot and fix it. Now, my issue is a lot of the troubleshooting problems, I'm not losing power, I don't have weird shifting going on, I don't have decreased fuel economy, all the things they're talking about, my van isn't dealing with right now, which makes me think that it's a faulty sensor. I'm not a mechanic. One of the things they talk about on there is cleaning the valve. And so there's a bunch of YouTube videos out there. I'm going to go ahead and in the morning probably try to clean that valve. It doesn't look too difficult. So because this is just an emissions thing, and worst case scenario, I get thrown in limp mode and I got to limp this thing back home, which would very much suck. But I'm going to go ahead and go shoot sunrise tomorrow morning. I know a spot I can go to that I'll be fine. They'll be a-okay. So I'm going to do that, shoot sunrise, and then I'll make my phone call when they open up at 7 Vegas time, which would be 8 o'clock my time. And then we'll go from there. And they think it needs to be cleaned, then I have all the stuff right here to clean it, or I might take it to a mechanic here. We'll see. With a good night's rest under my belt, it was time to get my morning started and head to the hills for what I hoped would be a very successful morning shoot. This morning has been so far very incredible. I mean, it's hard to beat that view, but got some color in the sky over here. Hopefully we start to get some of the mountains lighten up here. Sorry, it's kind of windy, so I have no idea if you guys are going to be able to hear me or not. This morning, as I was setting up the shot, there's a bull elk down here bugling. My God, it's windy. I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys in the van after I get these shots. This morning's shoot was exactly what I needed to lift my spirits. And to make things even better, for a split second, a rainbow appeared and I was able to get the shot. Last year, I don't think I filmed any of it, but I spent one of the last days here and I was treated to a bunch of fog and cool weather anomalies. And today we got the same thing. We got all this rain coming through. Doesn't really look like it's snow. It's not cold enough. There was some snow on the peaks. Obviously, you guys saw that. So it kind of adds some color contrast there. But I got that rainbow there at the end. And at this point, I don't know if I got a good shot because I already packed up and I was already walking away and I turned around and I saw it. So I actually grabbed my Canon that I usually shoot with and just shot it handheld. I didn't even try to get a tripod set up. I hope that shot turned out good because that was a really cool moment. Now I gotta be responsible, I think, and drive out of here and start calling some people, figure out what the hell's going on with this van. So I'm gonna call my dealer and see what's going on. And the nice thing is there's a company here called Adventure Vans or Adrenaline Vans, which I've heard of them before. And I drove by their store last night and I was like, oh shoot, like I recognize them. And so when I was kind of getting ready for bed, I ended up Googling their website and found out that they do Mercedes-Benz repairs and services. So I might also run into there and talk with them and see if this is something maybe they can fix. So. Hi, my name is Riley Clark. I'm over here in Ridgeway, visiting from Las Vegas, and I just had a check engine light come on my van, and I saw you guys do service and stuff.
We'll have your number, so I'll give you a call back here in a second when I check with them.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, thankfully, the folks over at Adrenaline Vans had an open slot for me, so I went ahead and packed everything up and headed into town. After a short little bit, they had me all buttoned up, and I was ready to hit the road again. I cannot tell you guys how relieved I am right now. What I was told by the guys at Adrenaline, since they had the actual Mercedes code reader and all that my machine was storing that code and that was what was triggering the check engine light to keep coming on. The code was showing that it maybe got stuck once, the EGR valve got stuck once, and since it kept storing that, it just kept on reminding me that that happened. So they were able to go ahead and wipe that, and then they went ahead and cleaned that valve for me. They said that this is pretty common, and then as soon as they got finished up, my Mercedes dealer called me. He told me that if I'm not losing any power or don't have any issues, he said it's not going to break you down or cause you any major problems. So it's probably just got stuck once, and maybe to go ahead and clean it. And so I told him that I had guys clean it, and he said, perfect, you should be fine. So the trip is back on. Now, the only thing is, it is completely raining, like downpour rain right now, which is a great thing because that means the mountains are probably getting a fresh coating of snow. So what I'm gonna probably do is do some scouting this afternoon. And you know, if I get to do some shooting too with the overcast sky, you know, then great. But I'm gonna go check out a few areas that so I can kind of plan out my sunset and sunrise shoot for tomorrow. Yeah, so that's the game plan. Unfortunately, the rain did not let up and did not provide any shooting opportunities the rest of the day. So instead of forcing anything and trying to make something out of nothing, I headed towards where I wanted to camp that evening, which was near a spot that I was really excited to find for sunrise the next morning. So I went for a little walk around and really wasn't anything out there, just a little creek. I did find a pond off the road, and on my Onyx I confirmed it with the GPS for the shot I want to do tomorrow. So it's just down the ways. I honestly might even just walk down there tomorrow morning. I may not even drive. I was gonna cook either chicken teriyaki or a steak tonight because that's what I had thawing out, so I thought, but neither of them thawed out, even though I put them from the freezer into the refrigerator. So we are gonna be having one of these pre-made microwave meals that I got from the grocery store tonight, which is probably a good thing. I have some work I want to do. I got Starlink set up. Honestly, pretty freaking impressed. Show you guys, for those of you curious for Starlink. It's cloudy out right now too, and I'm able to load everything. I'll pull an actual stat for you guys here, but this is my Victron usage right now. So currently pulling 10 amps, and that's also including charging some things. I got the lights on, of course, my Wii Boost, so that's not all coming from the Starlink, but with my 600 amp hour battery bank, I could run that indefinitely for 1 day and 12 hours. Now, I am not pulling in a lick of solar right now because it is cloudy and raining, so it's at 0 watts right now. I do have 400 watts, so honestly, this could easily be run off the grid during the day, which makes me really want to buy one now. Pull up the actual Starlink app here, and I'm doing a speed test. Oh my gosh, I'm pulling pretty fast crap right now. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Yeah, so I'm very happy with that solution. I'm not going to do the permanent mounted one because this kind of has confirmed that for me that I'm not going to do that, just because I don't always need to set it up if I don't have to, because most of the time I can get my cellular. But if I need it and I'm in a remote area, I can set it up really quick. And I probably would just mount it onto my ladder instead of I have it sitting on top of my roof right now. But there's not much more photography going on tonight because of this rain. It's kind of been a slow start, but honestly actually been pretty productive. Produced actually quite a few good images so far. So looking forward to what I'm going to create tomorrow. These mountains are getting smoked with some snow right now, so yeah, excited for tomorrow morning. Now the little bit of clouds that we had in the morning around blue hour and the first bit of sunlight, not long after that, they burned off completely. I was happy that I was able to grab a shot though before they left. With no more shooting really to be had in this location, I decided to head back to the van, pack up, so I could get to my next location. It's moments like these that make me want to keep coming out, make me want to keep shooting.